Hey, what's up, guys? It's good to be back. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, I will be discussing why you may never truly be able to afford a house. Okay? So, basically, this stems from just, being a homeowner myself, of course, and just basically just seeing certain things that are within the cost of owning a home and seeing how it's not really a set price, right? If it fluctuates, right? You may have a loan that's a fixed rate loan, a fixed rate mortgage loan for your home, but that doesn't mean that that the amount that you pay for your home monthly is going to stay the same, because there's different factors that goes into the price of owning your own house. Okay. So what do I mean by you may truly never be able to afford your home? So basically, if you guys been keeping up with the updates of the weather and things like that, we see that places like Houston, Miami, Cali, recently Texas had a couple of major storms, right? For one, we had the tornado that happened maybe like last month. And then we had supposedly the flood, which some places did flood and things like that. But Texas has had a couple of natural, disasters. And then we have places like Florida, same thing. They get the hurricanes because they're coastal, as well as Houston. And they also, get the flooding as well and things of that nature. And Cali, right, also has, I think Cali has earthquakes. And then they also, they have like the Cali fires, and it's just really expensive to live there in general, as well as Florida, right? More expensive than Houston. Okay. So basically, with all of these natural disasters that are happening to these places, you have a thing within your mortgage, right? What is called basically just home insurance, right? So you have home insurance, and whenever you get a loan, a mortgage loan to acquire a house, you have to have home insurance on that house, right? So if you bought the house, I'm sure with just cash or whatever, then I don't think you would have to have home insurance. But because you're using the lender's money to purchase your house, they need for the house to be insured. Okay, so they need the house to be insured, and these home insurers, they basically have free range in order to increase the amount that you pay yearly for your home insurance. Okay, so let me tell you three components, maybe 2 to 3 components that are within a mortgage, right? So you have the amount that you pay based upon your fixed rate for your, just for the total amount that you're borrowing, based upon the time period as well, right? So if you have a 30-year, you have a 15-year, etc. Okay, and that's a fixed monthly price. But then if you put down less than 20%, right, whenever you're acquiring this home, then you have to pay PMI, so private mortgage insurance, right? And that's a amount per month as well. That also adds into your monthly mortgage payment, right? So they add it within like an escrow. And the next thing that you have is your home insurance, right? So your home insurance is the next thing that you have. And you can get home insurance outside of your mortgage, right? But what usually happens is the home insurance works with the loaner, like the bank or whatever that's loaning you your basically your mortgage, right? And then they add like the payment of your home insurance, right? And add it into your monthly payment for your home. So they add it within the escrow. So you don't have to pay it as an individual payment. It is added into the escrow. If you do have the money to pay as individually, or you just want to keep it separate, I believe you can. But then, that may cause you some confusion. It may be better for you to just have it all in one, right? Or if you have the money, instead of paying like the monthly cost, because again, they're going to give you a quote for the whole year. and then you're going to pay monthly. So you're going to be the whole year cost. So let's say your home insurance is $1,000 for a year, and then you do 1,000 divided by 12, and you'll have that amount, right, that you got to pay into your home insurance, okay, or into your mortgage and your home insurance. So let's say, instead of doing that, you just want to pay the $1,000 up front. You can, and then you're good for the year, and you're basically, the amount that you pay for your house monthly is not going to go up because you already paid your home insurance for the year. So that is what I mean, right? So you have these costs that gets added to your mortgage. The PMI doesn't fluctuate, but the home insurance does. Okay, so let me tell you why it's a possibility that you may never truly afford your house. So if you, for 1 year, this is actually a true story for me. So when I acquired home insurance, right, for my house, it was I think $800 or $850 for the entire year, right? The next year, when it was time for me to basically re-quote and get home insurance again, right? So the year contract ended, they actually quoted me, I believe, like $1,600. And I'm there like, $1,600? This is crazy. So you telling me the same level of what I'm getting insured, I didn't add anything, I didn't tell them to increase anything. It's the same exact additions that I already have, right? Last year, I didn't change anything, and now my home insurance is $1,600, which is double the amount that I was paying, almost double the amount that I paid last year. So if you look at that, that is 100% plus increase, right, into your home insurance. If home insurers can do 100% increase based upon how they view where you live, like saying like, oh, they're high, like the area you live is more high risk, right, based upon whatever metrics that they're using. And that's why in the beginning I talked about natural disasters, right? So natural disasters, home insurers take that into account. So when they realize a place has too many natural disasters, such as Miami, Houston, places like that, Cali, where we have hurricanes, we have a season for hurricanes, and those hurricanes damages houses, they tend to want to leave places like that. So that's why you see a lot of videos of insurers leaving Miami, insurers leaving parts of Houston, Houston, Texas, or just parts of Texas in general. And then you have insurers just leaving, and when they leave, it actually causes the price of other insurers who are there to increase their price, right? It's like supply and demand. There's less insurers for you to choose from, so the ones that do want to insure you can raise their price astronomically, okay? And that is a reason, because why there's so many people who are complaining about their home insurance, because they live in an area, and then for some reason they come together and say this place is too risky. And when it's too risky, they can jack up the price, and there's no safeguard for the homeowner. There's no safeguard. And that to me is crazy, because when you look at the stock market, right? When the stock market drops to a certain percentage, they halt trade, they halt all trades, right? Because it's a rich person game. They halt all the trades, halt everything. But when your insurance increases by 100% in 1 year, nothing happens. They're not halting nothing. They're not putting the stopgap. There's no limit to the percentage of increase they can do. All you're left with is, well, this is what you got to pay. Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't that crazy? So just know this. That means that, it really doesn't matter where you live. This is a possibility for any place that you live, right? If natural disasters, can move around, or, a place that maybe wasn't having natural disasters at first can start, having natural disasters, or maybe not even just that, maybe even crime, right? Breaking and entering, stealing, theft, all of those things. Your your insurance is going to go up. Your insurers are going to leave the area where you reside. That is a fact. And they can just leave and go to the next place if they feel like it's okay for now. And then once stuff happenings in that area, they'll leave that place, go to another place. Same thing, leave that place, go to another place. And this is a very, very difficult thing for everyone, okay? So let me give you a solution, because I don't want to just bring a problem. I also want to give a thing that I think would be a solution to some of these issues. I feel like we as individuals, we as homeowners, we should be trying to talk to, politicians and see what they can do about having some type of stopgap for the increased cost of home insurance. Okay, so this is what I think could be a possibility. For one, okay, why? If people are forced to get home insurance because they're taking out a loan, all right, that's fine. Okay, I understand. You want your loan to, you want the money that you're giving out to people to be able to be back when there's damages and stuff like that. Understandable. Okay, but there needs to be a percent in which the insurers can raise the price. And I am saying it's only 2% a year. Only 2% of the original quote per year can they raise the price to. And they can only do 2% a year for 5 years. After 5 years, if the individual hasn't had any claims within the 5-year period, then they have the next 5 years of just the exact same payment. There's no, the insurers cannot raise their prices unless the person themselves is getting additional things. But if it's the exact same quote they had before, there should be no increase if they haven't had a claim in 5 years. And then after that other 5 years in which there's no 2% increase, then the next 5 years the home insurance agencies can begin to do another 2% increase, and so on and so on and so on until the end of time, or until the person has paid all of the loan of the mortgage, right? Because whenever you have a fully paid off home, I don't believe you need home insurance anymore. And that's what we need to do. We need to stand up to these insurance companies that want to basically thrash us and just take whatever they want from us, okay? And this is just what I think needs to be done. And this is why I believe that if this doesn't happen, we will not ever truly be able to afford a home, especially when prices can just go up in home insurance. Who can afford to purchase a home in cash like that? You know what I'm saying? There's very few. And even the people that do, they want to use that money for other purposes instead of just purchasing a home to live in, right? They want to use that money for business purposes and to actually make them more money. And if they do purchase a home in cash, that home for sure is going to go towards probably rental and just doing short-term rentals and things like that. And, but that's a story for a different day. This is basically all I want to say to you guys. Thank you all for watching and listening.